Hello, hello, Bethany, Londyn here. We got a powerful subject to do today. And based on last night, some people wanted to see my art. So I'm going to show some of the art really quick while people are signing on. This is actually one of my favorite pieces, so I have it as the most expensive piece. I've used it to shift energy in homes with feng shui. Here's another piece. Hi, thanks for coming on. It's another piece. Let's see, I got one more. I wish the lighting was better in here because this is awesome. This is actually in most of my videos. It's called The Ocean. Where have I been? I was on last night. Okay, I'm gonna block as many people as I can that shouldn't be on this because this Periscope is gonna be powerful. It's super uncomfortable for me. We're talking about sexual healing. 25% of people are sexually abused at some point. Yes, this is some of my artwork. People were telling me they wanted to see my artwork, so I'm doing a quick run through. So feel free to share this post with people because we're covering the book, Calling in the One, 7 weeks to attract the love of our life. And in Calling in the One, we got to tackle some uncomfortable issues and situations. Here's another piece. People pay big money for my artwork. This one, I believe, just sold. I just got an email from somebody that wants this piece. So, anyway, that's some of my artwork that I have in my home, and I love it. Thank you. And now we get to tackle a subject, sexual healing. Oh. Did anyone share? I wasn't paying attention. Was anyone sharing? Feel free to share this. This is going to be a really powerful message for people. And yeah, I'm going to be honest, I'm a little uncomfortable. Which means that I have my own work to do here. Obviously, that's what that means. Okay, so lesson 33. We made it to day 33. Calling in the One, 7 weeks to attract the love of our life. And we are talking about sexual healing. I even feel shaky. Oh my God. Okay. So she starts off about talking about how this is by Catherine Woodward Thomas, so this is her book that I'm sharing with you guys. So she talks about how there was a time in her life where, is that the final? No, we got 49 total, so 33. We're almost there. We're getting so close. Oh my gosh. So she talks about how she used to go out and get a lover. So she's shopping for a lover, like she's shopping for new shoes. And how that's not really what it's about, is it? No. So what she says is that we've misidentified lust as love and chemistry as connection more times than we care to admit. Okay, thanks, Mario. We've misidentified lust as love and chemistry as connection more times than we care to admit. We've used poor judgment, acted out of desperation, been confused. You might go home with somebody at night, wake up the next morning, you're like, what? You know, you just never know. Congratulations. I haven't had that experience. Sorry, not me. Sexual energy is a vortex of power like none other. At its most exalted, sex is nothing short of evidence of our God-like status, entrusted with the power to create life and blessed with the ability to breathe healing and vitality into the heart of our lover. We are bestowed with a beautiful and glorious gift. Our desire for sexual bonding illuminates our need to immerse ourselves fully in the forces of love and merge ourselves with another. It's the loss of separation entered into during sex that's as close as we'll ever come to the oneness that we had when we were still in the womb, such as the tangling and twisting of arms and legs and all that beautifulness. Isn't that, I love how she wrote that. That's just such a beautiful paragraph. Sexual union can be likened to a return to a source of energy. It is the deepest affirmation of life that there is, if you honor it in that way. Yes, it is extremely uncomfortable. I actually prayed before I did this one. Actually, I almost pray before I do every single one, but yeah, my intention is that this is supporting me. It's supporting me in my own journey, and that it is also supporting others. Hello, Buffalo, and their journeys. So, yeah. Okay. So, yet, as with all powers, sexual energy is frequently the most abused and tragically misused power that we have. So, as we know, there's tons of people that have been raped, incest, sexually abused in one way or another. We're at 25% now, and we're going to cover that a little bit more in a bit. She touches base on how the sexual energy resides in the second chakra, which is interesting. I thought it was the root chakra, but the sacral, and that is also the power base of creativity. So sexual energy is the fuel for our creative ventures. Whether we're creating another human being, a project, my startup maybe, art, or a loving relationship. So when we're not in full possession of our sexual power, maybe it's because we're holding back from shame or hurt or abuse that we had as, a young buck. It's like trying to talk with laryngitis when we aren't honoring our own sexual energy. Our creative powers are blocked, and we are compromised in our ability to invent and initiate the lives that we are striving for. It's as though we are working against ourselves. The heart wants love, and the mind thinks it's time to settle down, but the genitals would never even consider surrendering and letting go completely. So we're often at odds within ourselves and become deeply frustrated by this inner divide. Good stuff, people. Okay, lots of ums today. Yeah. I'm just gonna read. I'm not sharing as much as my own personal thoughts here today. Okay, so culturally, we hold spirituality and sexuality as a belonging in two entirely different camps of Western religion and other religions, and we've generally come to perceive spirituality as an upper chakra activity versus using our heart chakra and below. That's an interesting take. And at the other end of the spectrum, we have the lower chakra phenomenon, split off from ethereal energies of the Holy Spirit. Sexual energy is experienced from the heart down, like I was just saying. Yet for hundreds of years, we've been programmed to think up here, this way, using our mind. In the past, being spiritual meant that we left the body. At this point in our spiritual evolution, however, we are called to bring the spirit fully into the body, thereby healing our inner divide that we were just talking about. So it's about leaving our bodies, trusting, enjoying, and honoring every aspect of our sexual creativity. Why am I so sad? I'm sad because of all the sexual abuse. And I know people that have been abused as children. Not me, thankfully. You? Yeah, I mean, okay, we'll talk about that in a second. So she has a funny quote to lighten it by Woody Allen. Don't knock masturbation. It's sex with somebody I love. Funny. Okay. Most of us harbor at least a small amount of shame for the past sexual indiscretions, choices that we'd wish we'd made differently. Our transgressions stay with us somehow, soiling some secret part of the soul. As though, and this is something precious, we all need to forgive ourselves for some lack of judgment that we displayed at one time or another. We get to forgive ourselves and honor ourselves. She talks about one man that had been in therapy for a year before he actually confessed. A year of therapy before he had confessed that he was incestuous with his sister when he was 10. And this had been haunting him all his life. And it took him a year to even open up and share this with his therapist. And once he did, it was like releasing a block. And then he was able to go and talk with his sister and bring it up. And in doing that, he was healing himself. He was supporting healing for her. And they've never been closer. So it's just so powerful to acknowledge these things that lie in the depths of our souls that like create these blockages. You know, and it's not always that easy. It's not always that easy. So 25%, we're down to 6, but 25% of us have had some sort of sexual abuse in our life. That's horrible. 1/5 of all men and 1/3 of all women, which I guess equals about 1/4 of the population, were sexually assaulted in childhood. That's just childhood. So obviously those have severe consequences for many and can be a hindrance in honoring our own sexualness and our sexual beings in life many years later, and it needs to be addressed. It needs to be addressed. So she advises that anyone that has been abused and has never received any treatment to do yourself a favor and call a therapist, because you are worth it. You deserve that. And even if it happened years and years and years ago, they might be able to support you in talking to somebody that maybe it's not them, but maybe they'll be able to support you in directing you one way or another. Hello. You every time. What? I have a job. Well, I don't have a job. I create my own work. I have a startup. It's amazing. Oh my God, I'm so excited about my startup. So I'm about to go to an event actually after this. But anyway, so she suggests that we make a commitment. I love this. That, you know, there's so many thoughts on when to have sex in a relationship, right? And this really is more about our sexual being and honoring our sexual being. Now, as far as relationships, should you go on 3 dates? Is it okay to have a one-night stand? Like, I'm not going to get into that. That's your own choice. I have my own personal rules, and I completely abide by what she says here. So make a commitment to yourself that all of your sexual encounters will be honoring yourself and empowering yourself. So they must be empowering and honoring at the least for all your sexual experiences. That's what she suggests, and I completely agree, because yeah, that will take some judgment. I mean, you feel it. Instead of getting into just the physical aspect of it, it's very much a spiritual thing. It gets to be a spiritual thing, and that's what she's talking about here. So if you're going to have sex with someone without a clear commitment, please do yourself a favor and don't expect sex to solidify a deal. That's what she says. I believe that many of us have learned this lesson already many times. Culturally, we have reduced sexuality to a primitive function, a physical act between body parts. That's what I just said. So sexuality extends far beyond penises and vaginas. Sensual pleasures can be eating, listening to music, dancing. She talks about somebody here doing freestyle dancing. I did try this a couple times. It is amazing once you surrender into it. For me, it takes me about 30 minutes to do that. So Yeah, why? Because I'm in my head, not my body. Head, head, head. We got to get into our hearts, our body, and feel it. Feel the music. So she suggests being, as we're calling in our one, and on this journey, that we are committed to ourselves and honoring ourselves, and that maybe we don't have sex with anybody while we are calling in our one, and that maybe our sexuality is more the experiences of artwork, dancing, rubbing scented oils, just enjoying that whole entire experience, having a bath, kneading bread, creating art with clay. I love this. Oh, this is so beautiful. Okay, first I'm going to read this quote right here. Not having tasted a single cup of your wine, I am already drunk, by Rumi. And another thing she shares here from him is, lovers don't finally meet somewhere, they are in each other all along. So it's not about getting a lover, it's about being the lover, and a lover of yourself, and honoring yourself, honoring your body, honoring the experiences, and letting go and surrendering to that. First and foremost, by yourself, with yourself. So why was it that people got along just fine before therapists? Haven't therapists been around for a while? No? I have a coach. I work with coaches. I coach. I believe that it is important to have somebody that holds you to a higher level. I mean, that is if that's something that you want in your life. I don't like to live in automatic mode. I raise the bar on myself every day. And that's for me. I'm a growth-seeking being. I'm always evolving and honoring that for myself. Some people don't care to make an impact in the world. I do. Okay, so as always, there's homework. So today's homework is another meditation. So what we do in this meditation is we sit comfortably, close our eyes, take a few moments to connect with our body and our breath. I don't agree with you on that. So close your eyes. On each exhale, breathe out any energies of former lovers. Release them that you've been holding on to. Release any shame, release hurt, release frustration, anger that you've been holding in your second chakra. Your genitals. By the way, your second chakra is right below your belly button. Just that area right below your belly button is your second chakra. So with each inhale, reclaim your power, your wholeness, retrieving any portions of your heart and your soul that you gave away and bring it back in. So continue to breathe this way until you feel free and clear in the second chakra, or until you feel ready to proceed. So I do chakra clearings. I prefer to do it out in nature. Oftentimes I go to the beach and do them. And what I notice for me is that I will yawn. And when I yawn, that is a sign that I'm clear. I didn't know that was a sign, but I was sharing this with a friend of mine, and she said that that's like very, very standard. Not that that needs to be the way, but if you catch yourself yawning, that might be what's happening. So after doing that for as long as you need to, then you get to call in your lover, and maybe it's your current lover. But if you don't have someone and there's someone you have an eye on, I really invite you to envision somebody that you don't know. Just draw out this caricature in your mind and lovingly gaze at this man or this woman, this goddess, this queen or your king. Feel your heart open in response to his love or her love. Lovingly offer your body to him as a home and a sacred resting place. So envision this person, and then imagine what it feels like to touch them, and vice versa. Maybe have them running their hands through your hair, touching your skin. Imagine the sensation the feeling and what you feel. Not what you're thinking, what you're feeling. Okay? And just envision the whole experience of love and sensuality. Not necessarily sex, but everything before it, okay? Notice what you're feeling in those experiences, and the bottom line is you want these to be really powerful, really positive, because it is very important in manifesting that we are locking into the experiences and feeling. Am I from? I'm from Portland, Oregon. I'm from Portland, Oregon. I'm actually 50% German. Both my parents are 50% German, so I guess I'm 50% German, right? So notice in this meditation that you're safe, that you're feeling safe with this person, and that you feel that you can surrender. I mean, obviously you're imagining this in a meditation. So it's really important that you notice that you're feeling safe, that you feel complete trust, like you can completely surrender yourself in this moment. And when you're ready, open your eyes and write about it. Write it. Cement this down. Guten Tag. Yeah, I don't really know much German. The rest of my family does, though. So feel it. Really feel into that experience and write it down. Write down all the positive aspects of this experience that you just had with your future lover or your current lover, and how amazing that it can be. And then the bonus, as always, is to have a highly sensual day. So dress in sensual clothes, wear a sensual scent, feel that sexiness. Maybe it's music, maybe you decide to dance today. But the bottom line is to all day exist in this experience and expression of your own sensual energy. Wow. So that was lesson 33. We made it. We made it. I made it. It's good though, right? Powerful. It's a powerful message. And you know, if you're in that meditation and you don't have positive experience, like you have fear and anxiety popping up, like that's something to look at. That's where you might want to get a coach or a therapist involved, because we really all get to honor ourselves and be in a beautiful space and love ourselves fully on all different levels. And getting therapy, talking to someone, opening up, sharing your story, and maybe just even going back to some of the first chapters. I'm slowly uploading them on YouTube. I know I've been doing this really slowly at Bethany, London. But we go through some practices that also help uncover some stuff from our past and some homework assignments there. So feel free to share this if you think it's a powerful message for somebody in your community, because you never know how much it might impact their life. And I believe we are all here to learn from each other. Lesson 34. Oh, good. Something different. Developing emotional literacy. I do have a good heart, I believe. Thank you. I appreciate that. I do appreciate that. So I'm glad that you can pick up on that. So it's lesson 34, developing emotional literacy. Oh my gosh, I can't believe we're to lesson 34. This is insane. We've made it. Oh, goodness, look at all these hearts. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So we just covered lesson 33 of Calling in the One, 7 weeks to attract the love of our life. So amazing. Thank you for being here, joining my journey, sharing the journey with others, and embrace your sexiness today, people. Yes, and my art. Here's my art. This is a powerful art piece. It came from a vision during a Qigong meditation with gongs and everything. And I've ended up moving a spirit with this journey. We get to go to Disneyland. I love Disneyland. Oh my gosh. I went to, so random, I feel so grateful for last night. I got to go to the Santa Monica Pier to a private party. Didn't really talk to anyone at this party, but we went on all the rides. We went on all the rides at the Santa Monica Pier, and there were like nobody. Everybody was doing their networking thing, and I'm just honoring my own inner child. And I went on the roller coaster, sat in the very front one 2 times, went to the back, went 2 times, went on this other ride where it goes like this. And there was only one other person on it. It was so amazing. So much fun. But yeah, I love rides. Rides are fun. It's good to embrace our sexual energy. It's good to embrace our inner child. There are just so many levels of the human being that we get to embrace, right? Oh my goodness. Okay, so I now get to go to this holistic practitioner event for Health Addict, my company, to invite other yogis and nutritionists to join our program. I'm so excited, and it's going to be an amazing day. It's going to be an amazing day. And I get to embrace my feminine goddessness, and so do you. Or your inner king, your inner queen. Embrace it. Embrace all of it. And spread the love, as always. Okay, signing off for now. Love you guys. Thank you. Thank you. We'll talk to you tomorrow.